This is the top 6. This is the top 6 reasons why we should all stop watching porn, contributing to it in any way, shape, or form, me included. Everyone says let's get into it. Let's kick this door down, right?
You only need me.
All right, so number one, this goes for men. There's like 3 for men, 3 for women. But number 1 for men, like pornography is so intense and the scenes are so well lit and just like everything that's going on, that studies have shown that the dopamine your brain releases during pornography is actually higher than the dopamine your brain will release during sex.
What?
So a big part of this problem is that like your brain essentially gets tricked into believing that pornography is better than sex.
What?
Want to know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. She snooped around on my computer. She found out I watched porn. She acted like I was cheating on her or something, which I wasn't. So we broke up.
Okay, let me ask you this. You're a good-looking guy. I'm sure you attracted a lot of young ladies. Why bother with porn when you can have the real thing?
No, see, it's not the same thing.
See, you like porn better than sex. But what is it? What do you get from porn that you don't get from sex with an actual person?
I lose myself.
You lose yourself.
Yeah, just goodbye.
And that doesn't happen when you have sex.
I wish it did.
Sure, don't we all?
Also, on the topic of number 1 for men, like pornography creates fetishes. That's just a fact. Because at some point you see something that you haven't seen before and you're like, whoa, that's hot. Like, And so the problem with this is that because pornography creates fetishes, it's not a question of when, dude. No, dang, I always mess that up. It's not a question of if, all right, guys? It's a question of when you'll want someone else to have sex with your girl. Not if, but when. Because at some point, after you consume enough pornography, at some point, you're going to want someone else to have sex with your girl, because that's what you've trained your brain to like, watching people have sex, not actually having sex.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Moving on. Number 2 in our 6, this one is for women, mainly for women who are thinking about doing porn, or for women who do pornography, or thinking about starting like an OnlyFans or something. The suicide rates, the death rates, like they are extremely high.
This woman self-deleted at 36 years old. This woman gone at age 23 from an overdose, 23 by self-deletion, 20 from complications stemming from alcohol abuse, 20 from self-deletion, 24 overdose, 27 overdose, 31 self-deletion, 24 self-deletion.
A lot of these women have died before they turned like 37 or 40 or something, which is just really sad. Like, really sad.
I'm not allowed to go visit my dad anymore because my stepmom doesn't like that I do porn. But then he told me that when I was like, can we like go get coffee and like we could go like get breakfast, and he's like, I don't want to be seen in public with you. And that just hurt so bad.
Moving on to number 3 out of 6, but this one goes back to men, for men. Watching pornography as a man will kill your ability to have game with women.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
When you're waking up, or no, the problem is that when you're watching pornography as a man, basically you're seeing a girl or dude, whatever you're into, you're seeing someone that you're attracted to have sex. So the problem is that the next time you come around someone in real life that you're also attracted to, your brain's going to think about sex, especially if most of the time when you see people you're attracted to, they're having sex. Like if the majority of the time that you see people you're attracted to is through pornography, then there's no way, like if that's the majority, more than 50%, when you see a really hot, attractive person out in real life, your brain is going to assume that that sex is gonna be involved, right?
Wow. You just wrinkled my brain, man. He's good, isn't he? He's real good.
So immediately the whole vibe is like thrown off, because without you even realizing it, you're awkward and weird and like can't really like say the right thing and everything because you can't help it but think about sex. And this also explains why like girls that you're not into, or girls that you don't find super attractive, or people that you don't find super attractive, depending on what you're into, your sexual orientation, why you can have really good game with people that you're not attracted to, because your brain isn't triggered to think about sex in that same way that it would be triggered when you are extremely attracted to the person, right? Moving on, number 4, this goes back to women. There's just a lack of your future opportunities.
You responded to a Craigslist ad. It advertised that you could make $20,000 to $30,000 per month. How many scenes does one have to shoot to earn that kind of money? I think
Anywhere without an agent, 10 to 20 a month, and then with an agent, which pretty much every girl has to have an agent in the industry, it's 13 to 27, since they take a percentage.
In no way does this really pornography doesn't set anyone up. You can make a lot of money, which is cool, but budgeting habits with money matter way more than how much you make. I can make $100K a year, but if I have $90K in bills every year, I'm the same as someone else who's making $50K a year and they got 45 in bills. It's the same thing.
You like spending money? Clearly not.
Not particularly.
I heard a story that you wanted to buy a watch, and at this point, you'd sold millions of albums, and you wanted to buy a watch.
I know the story.
Is that true? You called up your manager to see if you could afford to buy the watch?
Yeah. I think it was a Rolex. Was it a Rolex? It was a Rolex. And I asked him, could I afford it? Because they make fun of me for it, but I'm for real. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, this is the whole money thing, all that stuff was brand new to me.
So what are you wearing right now?
This is a G-Shock.
A G-Shock,
It's probably about $100.
The level of what you would have to bring to the table for any job has to exceed what the average person's going to bring to the job, because you're carrying this baggage of previous work history that just can cause problems in the workplace, not even on you, not even on the former pornographic actress, on other people. Like,
2 types of approval processes that you have to go through for these competitions. The first approval is Twitch Rivals and Twitch approving you. The second one is the game company that's hosting the event. And I guess last night they decided to not approve me because of my adult work. So because of my past in my adult work, I have been bumped from it.
And as a business, there's no, why would you go with someone when that's like a possibility? Unless they bring such a high level of like skill or whatever that it's worth it to bring them on. I gotta check this. Okay.
I find it incredibly hard to date to the point where I actually like can't get dates. I currently do kind of live like a little bit of a lonely life. There's another aspect where guys only want to date me to like show me off to other people or their friends. They immediately treat me like the Adriana Chechik like experience, right? So like if I was gonna go meet a guy, like they would never hold my hand or anything. The first thing they do is they try and like have sex with me. So it's really like disheartening, to be honest, and I've kind of just given up. I feel like, sadly, I actually feel like I might not ever find like a boyfriend like that. I might just end up being alone forever.
The best equivalent I could think of to explain this would be like if I started dating Scarlett Johansson and then I was mad that she wasn't Black Widow 24/7. Right? The reason that the men that these porn stars date have this expectation of the porn star being the porn star 24/7 and not like a person, not like a woman, is because one of the biggest lies of pornography is that the women are just doing this just cause. When in reality, they're all paid. Like you think they'd really be there if they weren't paid, bro?
I want to feel like it's raining on me, okay?
Moving on, number 5. This goes back to men. Dudes, the whole like evolutionary like human species, the progression of the species has to like exist, right? Which is basically having sex, like what we've been talking about. So when you trick your brain by watching pornography into thinking that you've had sex, all of the chemicals that your body and your brain would produce that would like pheromones and other things, I'm not like an expert on it, but I've done enough research to know that like there are chemicals your body would make and would produce that it will not make if it believes it's having sex when it's really not.
For you, it is bad for your mental health. It is literally bad for your hormones. Your testosterone gets lowered. And is not something that I think is like some flippant subject. I think it's actually something we really do need to address as a culture.
So when you don't have that, like when your brain thinks that you've already accomplished it, it doesn't need to give you the chemicals that are going to help motivate you to actually like improve yourself.
What's today? October? It's Nudie Magazine Day! Yeah!
Last one. Number 6. People are probably gonna hate this, and it applies to men too. Like it definitely applies to men too, but I think it kind of applies especially to women in pornography. How do we determine if something has value? Usually it's like it brings or it adds some huge level of like comfort or resource. So for example, like there's a webcam right now, which adds a huge value in the fact that like I don't have to spend 30,000 hours searching for clips to put over my voice for just this microphone. I can now show myself just talking, right? So that brings a lot of value, but it's usually like how much it brings and or how easy it is to obtain. Okay? Like the more you give something away, the less valuable it becomes.
I love your chair. I need 12 for my stepdaughter's craft room.
Well, I make 2 a year, so maybe in 6 years.
Can you put me on the wait list? Me too. Unless your chair was ever touched by someone who ate refined sugar, then I can't buy any of your chairs and I protest this entire event.
A great example is diamonds. Research the diamond industry. They specifically short diamonds because they only want so many. When you're selling a product, you kind of want just enough of that product for your target market to get it. And if your target market is everyone, cool, but usually your price point is really low, and so you're going for more people rather than like the money. But things like Rolls-Royce, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, these things have value and are extremely expensive because they are hard to obtain. Like they look cool, but a Camaro also looks cool, but a Camaro is a lot easier to obtain. So it costs a lot less than a Lamborghini. And also Lamborghini goes a lot faster or whatever too, and is like nicer. But like the point being that there is value in things that are hard to obtain. So every time any of us, man or woman, whatever, go out and just sleep with like random people, because that's just what people do, and we all do what everybody does, even though like it's probably not making you happy. Like the dating scene right now is the worst. Dude, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Dating today, in your opinion, harder than it's ever been?
Everyone is always looking for the best thing, and they always think something else is around the corner, and you almost have too much access to too many people.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. So stop. Just stop. Especially men. Like, start using this, please. You know, and when a woman wants to sleep with you, be like, no, like I don't do that unless, right, X is satisfied, or unless Y, you know. I don't do that because, and my suggestion is marriage, but that's personal suggestion, and everyone's got their own choice, so it's cool.
I don't even want to have children because I do porn, because I'm worried of the way that people will treat my child. With me.
Yeah, the more you give it away, the more you give away sex with you, the less valuable it is, because the more people who have done it, like, with you. Like, it doesn't, I don't know, like, I don't know how else to explain it, and tear me apart in the comments, like destroy my argument, destroy my logic, but things have value when they bring something to the table, to the thing, when they add or make things easier, and depending on how easy or hard the thing is to get.
Jesus is king, and that's it.